everyone. So in a previous tarot reading, we went through. One second, let me just move this book. We went through this card, which was great happiness, family, rewards, and all that stuff. So it's time for a new card for this week, or until the next pulling. So I've already cleared my space, and I will just shuffle. Happy Lamas, by the way. I'm not sure. This will be posted on Lamas, but today is Lamas. So happy Lamas, and hope you guys are all doing well. And I'm going to concentrate now while I'm doing this. So here we go. Rebirth reversed. So, looking it up, and that is 20, code number 20, and it is right here, rebirth. So I'm going to read the little synopsis, symbolism of the card, and I will be right back. So this card is kind of deep. Basically, the symbolism is about the winter solstice, Yule time, and people being people needing to banish the darkness so the sun can reappear, because back in the day the winter was very harsh to live in, with obviously the cold and stuff, and they would do spells and rituals to bring back the light, bring back the sun, and they would use what they would say the fire is a son of the sun god. And they would use that to help them bring back the sun. And then it goes on to talk about how evergreens have great magical powers because they can withstand the winter death, and just the different things that they did for that time of the year, and how it transitioned into Christian churches as well. For the reversed meaning, basically it says, and I just kind of paraphrased it or took it out of the book, whichever. Time, it's very deep. Time to answer past decisions. I've not been true to myself, and I am consumed with guilt and fear. Stop trying to fool yourself or avoid the issue. This card can also indicate illness or the fear of death. Fear is a destroyer of the mind, body, and spirit. Fear transforms into disillusion and despair, worse than living death. Then the resolution to live until you die. So I'm sure everybody is not perfect, and sometimes you get depressed or whatever, but you have fears and you just try to talk yourself out of it, kind of thing, you know? And sometimes I feel, okay, so right now I'm feeling very emotional because it's about a week before my dark moon starts. So I get really emotional, cry easily, blah, 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 the whole thing for, women. But anyway, sometimes I feel like I can't breathe and I just need to run away and be by myself and just like, I don't know. And then other times I just want to cry or like, oh God, it's so hard to like explain into words how I feel because it's already a hard thing for me to do. But this kind of thing is kind of pulling it out of me so that you guys can see a little bit more, I guess, of my feelings and like that side of me that I've never really shown on my channel. But I have fears. I have fears of gaining weight again. And in January, I hurt my arm. And I hurt it really bad. So the doctor said I couldn't be on it for a couple of months or use it for like a couple of months or be too hard on it. But it was really hard because, excuse me. It's really hard because I'm trying to like maintain my weight because I was very overweight before. I was like 240 something pounds, and then I went vegan and was exercising and was doing great, and I lost like 80 pounds, and then things are just like moved on, and I met somebody else. I moved in with them, and when you move in with somebody, it's hard to like get to maintain your like position of continuing to try to lose weight when they have specific eating needs and you want to eat a specific way, but you're the one that's cooking, and so you have to like make sure you're making food that they can eat too and that's good for you too. It's not anything about like he's not trying to eat healthy or anything like that. It's an issue with me is like I have an eating issue, because yes, I'm still vegan, and my eating habits before I was vegan was very, very bad. I barely even ate like an orange or a fruit once a month. And yes, it's 10 times better now, but I still primarily like when I first moved in with Jeremy, I got into bad habits and was primarily eating a lot of processed vegan food, and I stopped drinking my smoothies because it just got hard to maintain myself while still trying to like enjoy the life that I want to live. And smoothies, yes, while I do still like my smoothies, they can get very tiring. And so like I go through this constant struggle of trying to figure out ways on how to still maintain my weight and figuring out ways how not to injure myself while I'm working out, because every single time that I've tried, I hurt my knee, I sprain my neck, or I do something and I screw it up, and then I have to wait another couple of weeks before it feels better again. And it's just like, I can never win, but I'm gonna continue to keep trying. And that's just like a huge fear of mine, is to like gain all my weight back and then be back to where I was again. But the struggle is real right now. I'm sorry for all this crying because I'm really emotional. But anyway, it's just like a juggling act. It's like, what I'm going to eat that's healthy still, that's not processed food. Like, it's so difficult to like, it's easy, but it's difficult. Yeah, it's easy to like say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna eat like all this vegetables and legumes and grains and blah blah blah. But then it's like, okay, so I'm in the kitchen. I don't even know how to cook legumes. I have to look it up. I don't even know how to cook split peas. Or is there like a split pea recipe that isn't soup? Because I just don't really like soup, you know? And I don't know. I just have to like get over myself basically and just like figure it out. So that's my struggle right now. That's my fear is I did gain like 20 pounds during COVID, and it was between end of January all the way through April where I couldn't move my arm or do any exercises per my doctor's instructions. Well, the first month I could barely even move my arm anyway because I tore my rotary cuff or whatever, and it was very painful. It was probably like the most pain I've ever felt in my life. Even more so, well, my gout was very painful too, but this is just a different level of pain. Like, I couldn't even like be in a moving car without it feeling like my arm was going to fall off from its socket. It was very painful. But anyway, or even like sleeping, like I had to figure out a way to like prop my arm so it didn't feel like it was again falling out of my socket. So going through that was just like painful, and then being in a relationship while going through that and going through thinking about like things that happened in the past with my old relationship. Oh God, this is gonna be very, very, very emotional video, but it's gonna happen. So, in my past relationship, it was very mentally abusive and a lot of holding me back from who I am and things that I needed to do for myself and not putting myself first. And when I was injured in that relationship, for example, I sprained my ankle and like I asked for a drink or something, and he said that, is this gonna be like this forever? Because if it is, I don't want to do it. Like, what the fuck says that, you know? Excuse my language, but. So when this was happening, I was feeling like that was going to be said to me again. And Jeremy is not like that at all. He took care of me. He was very supportive, and he's just wonderful. Just opposite. And he's just great. Like, this video would be like 10 hours long if I just explained everything of how wonderful he is. But anyway, back to my fears. So yeah, I gained some weight, and yes, it's not fully everything back, and yes, I can lose it again, but this is my struggle and this is my fear, and I have to like also realize that I'm not eating the way I should be eating, and I need to make myself be better, make myself do better if I want better, basically. So I know what I need to do, and I know what I have been doing, and I can't blame anybody else but myself that I've had since whatever time I should have taken better care of myself. And yeah, it's dumb, but it's the roller coaster that a lot of women go through. Is I just want to eat like everybody else, but I can't without becoming very unhealthy. I can't eat regular like meat or whatever like everybody else because I'm afraid to get my gout back, you know? Eating meat has lots of uric acid which crystallizes in my body, and my body doesn't have whatever chemicals, I can't remember what, but it doesn't have enough chemicals to break down the uric acid in my body, and it crystallizes between my joints, and that's what happens and creates my gout and all the pain. But I haven't had that since I went vegan, and I haven't had a lot of the issues that I was having since I went vegan. So that's just for me, 100%, it was totally worth it. And yes, sometimes I think about eating meat and I think about having buffalo wings or fried chicken, but I don't do it because I know the consequences and the pain that comes with it. And I should know better that eating the processed vegan food is not good for me either, because I have a history in my family of 4 bypass surgery in my real father. And sometimes I get panic attacks, or I don't know what it is, but like I feel like I can't breathe. Maybe it's anxiety. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I can't do this anymore. Like I just like, wow. Sorry. I just like freak out, and like there's nothing to freak out about. There's nothing wrong, you know? But I just do, and it's so stupid because I have a great job, and a lot of people are suffering out there because they lost their job. But I have a great job that I didn't lose. My fiance has a great job that he didn't lose. We have such a happy life, and I'm still complaining or still sad or still whatever, struggling with my struggles. And I'm sure everybody else is the same way, but this is this card talking to me and telling me that I need to figure out my fears and just get through it, basically. Resolution to live until we die. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out and keep planning and keep walking up this hill until I get to where I need to get to. And I'm sorry for this very long tarot video of me half crying. But that's what tarot does to you, right? It brings out all your feelings, and it tells you what's coming and what you need to prepare for, what you need to do, and just like, yeah. This is why I love tarot. Because it also, if you keep going, it'll tell you more about the situation, and just you keep reading about into it, or it can bring you into a different situation that it needs you to tell you that you blah 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 that you need to be aware of. So that's this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found somewhat of an enjoyment from this sadness, or just relating to me to make you know that if you go through the same thing, you're not alone. You know, this happens. So just letting you know, you're not alone, and I know I'm not alone either. So thank you for watching. Happy Lamas and blessed be. Bye.